what he said to me?
Huh?
He was like, "You're so rude." And I was like, I couldn't even care less.
Tuh, gak bisa bahasa Inggris.
Ever feel confused, shy, or even anxious when speaking English? Then this video is for you. Follow these 5 tips to become more confident and also fluent in speaking English. The first tip is practice speaking every day. So a lot of people want to speak English fluently, but they only practice once in a while. Actually, fluency comes from consistency. And it's not just studying everything at once in just one night. For example, while you're at campus, you can have a simple conversation with your friends. You can ask them like, what class do we have today? Have you completed your assignments? Or have you eaten your lunch yet? And those simple practice make you more comfortable in speaking English naturally. Besides that, you can also try to think about everything happening in your mind in English. For example, I need to go to class now, or I'm hungry, or I will have a presentation tomorrow. Because the more often you use English in daily life, the easier your speaking will be. And remember, to not wait until your English is perfect only for you to start speaking in English, because mistakes are so normal and they help you to learn. So the point is, try to speak English every day, even in small conversations, because the key to fluency is practicing.
And the second tip is learn common English expressions. Many English learners try to memorize difficult vocabulary, but in real conversation, native speakers usually use simple and common English expressions. For example, when you go to a coffee shop, you can say, "Can I order this?" or "How much is it?" or "Can I have an Americano, please?" These simple expressions are very useful because they are used in daily conversation. When you learn common expression, your English will sound natural and fluent. And another important thing is learn English expression in context. Don't only memorize the words one by one, but try to learn how people actually use them in conversation. You can watch movies, YouTube videos, or podcasts or interviews and pay attention to useful phrases and try to repeating them aloud. For example, instead of saying "I agree," you can say, "Yeah, I totally agree with you," or "That makes sense." This small expression can make your speaking more fluent and natural.
The third tip is improve your vocabulary. Sometimes people know grammar, but they stop talking because they do not have much words to express their ideas. That's why vocabulary is very important. Don't worry, you don't need to memorize thousands of words immediately. You can start with vocabulary related to your daily life, like school, food, hobbies, music, or social media. When you learn vocabulary that you often see or hear, it will be easier for you to remember and use it in daily conversations. And one good method is to use the vocabulary in sentences. For example, instead of remember only the word presentation, you can make a sentence like, "I have presentation tomorrow. I need to make the PowerPoint now." This way, you can understand the word naturally. You can also write down new vocabulary that you found and practice using them every day. Reading books, articles, or watching English contents can also help you improve your vocabulary. So, today's tip is to keep improving your vocabulary little by little, because vocabulary will help you to speak more clearly and confidently.
The fourth tip is listen more to English. Listening is very important if you want to speak fluently. Why? Because when you listen often, you learn pronunciation, intonation, and natural speaking styles automatically. You can listen to English through songs, movies, podcasts, YouTube videos, or interviews. Try searching content that you enjoy, so learning will more fun. For example, if you like music, listen to English song. If you like movie, watch the movie with subtitles. If you like podcasts, listen while walking or relaxing. One effective technique is shadowing. Shadowing is listening to someone speaking English and immediately repeating what they say. Shadowing can help pronunciation and speaking rhythm. At first, you may feel shy or difficult, but with practice, your speaking will sound more natural. And please remember, fluency is not about speaking fast. Good pronunciation and clear communication are more important. So, today's tips is listen to English as often as possible and imitate how native speakers talk. Because good speakers are also good listeners.
And last speaking tip for improving your English is be confident when speaking in English. A lot of people are actually afraid to speak in English because they are scared of making mistakes or being judged by other people. But the truth is, confidence really helps you to sound more fluent. Like, even if your grammar is not perfect, people can still understand you if you speak clearly and confidently. So, instead of thinking too much about being perfect, just focus on sharing your ideas and communicating. And remember guys, every fluent English speaker also started as a beginner. And the reason is just simply because nobody becomes a perfect instantly. So, try to speak English more often. You can practice with your friends, classmates, teachers, or even just talk to yourself in front of a mirror.
I do that sometimes too.
And another important thing, stop comparing yourself to other people. Because everyone has their own pace and everyone learns differently. Instead of saying, my English is bad, try to say, my English is improving every day. Because having positive thoughts can really help you feel less nervous and more confident when speaking in English. So yeah, the final speaking tip is believe in yourself and speak confidently. Because confidence can make your English sounds more natural and fluent.